I said, sign on this. When I started weathering freight cars, all I ever did was just scrape the bottom of the bottom sill, get drunk. That was it. And about 10 years ago, I got more engines and stuff. Say that I wouldn't because it smacked the top of it. Yeah. His cars and just yeah, my down in my club, most of the guys don't weather the cars, and that's the way mine used to look like. I just got tired, so I started patching cars and about 8-10 years ago, I saw a guy named Rich DeVizio. He had a site called TitleTrainLeather.com, which is no longer, and he was doing graffiti, and I contacted him, started doing more things. I saw Mellon like, and I just got tired of my trains looking like this. And that flyer, just a bunch of things that things that they use with the weathered websites. I have guys in my club that tell me it's hideous what I do on cars. They can never do it to theirs. Hey, bud. Now he's going to get that spot. I used to just do, out of my head, weather cars, whatever, put the video on it. And I found it's easier to have prototype for some reason to work from photo. Whenever I just make it up out of my head, it just doesn't look right. These are just some of the models that, the prototype and the model. I'm always looking for new ways or new things. I'm always in AC Moore, Michael's, stores, craft stores. This aircraft parts guards, it took me 20 years to figure out how to build that thing. The pads on the side. The body is foam. I had a guy turn on a lathe. His side is tissue paper and white glue. Make the coated pads. And I tried to get the sides of the end things. Back for it going, they won't give it to you. And I had a friend who finally got me the information on how to make the S gauges or the brush guards. And along with the weathering, I always wanted to do this here with the bulges on the side, the ripple pattern on the side. I guess it's from the stretch of the supports or the outside braces. And used to use a solder hammer, like a lot of guys do, punch through push it through. And it just didn't give it the right look for it. And can't really see that. This has got a nice ripple pattern. I'd like to put an 86 someday. Like this. It doesn't use just some of the ripple patterns. There's an old car repainting. It's being right. There's some original Boathouse. Okay, this is how I do it. On the side of the outside brace, there's a small strip there. This shape has an old lip on both sides. I usually take off take all the extra details off. Well, I did this in a hurry to get this one done. Take off stirrup steps and all that stuff so you don't break them off. I used to take, I think it's a 17 chisel, and you could do it either way. You can either just take that little strip off, but I've done it where you go down in an angle. That way your panel will fit right in there flush and eventually put that strip back. This exactly. I use a 5,000 styrene. I cut what I need to fit between the braces. And then some of the patterns have like a Z, a rippled, it comes down a Z. So I rub it with a pencil, brush handle to get that pattern. And then I bet you take a small dental tool, screwdriver, whatever, and make little things in the bottom. I guess forklift gouges. Waters. And you see the little dings from the dental tools, screwdrivers, there, you just push it out. Because usually along the bottom, they're damaged like that. With this glue, we have a 10x7, that's drop, cement, whatever it is.
So do you glue along the edges, or do you with the center too?
Yeah, this part along the edges. Now, I have used, sometimes I'll put a small square of styrene in there just to keep them out, because some of them in time, they go back to being flat. Handling out. Yeah, just run,
Just beat them.
yeah.
Put down the hill spreads.
So, Butch, you're not replacing the side sheet, and you're putting the side over the top of what's lower.
Right here. Yeah, okay. That's sick. When I do it this way, this is all cut down an angle. You're probably cringing because you do a milling sheet, right?
Yeah, I'll do it that way as well. And I also take the panels off completely, the same as Scott does down in Houston.
Scott Sanders.
Yeah, and do it from the back. But he uses Pepsi Cola can or something like that. But I don't. I use 2000 brass sheet.
Yeah.
Certain.
What's that just used actually cut the grooves around the bottom?
What's that?
What size channel? Like chisel?
I think we use 17.
That's just
They make two different. There's a wide one and a narrow one. Either one. Nice stroke.
what glue did you use to put that back?
10x7 or by a struck that will fun nuts. Well, you could probably use CA whereas they just take a print here.
On your see it.
And then, well, this also like most of plastic in the
Sure. Blizzard, yeah. Go ahead, so that is just all cheap.
Yeah, can't see it right then. That's the strip. You have 10 to it at 10 to 20. You put the strip back on both sides of the outside brace, and that covers up the wall. You got a lot of action. That's not the same bar, but that's what it's over in a team.
Varies.
Do you have any to say anything? Well, this is the other way you can do it. So it's cut off, or just shave off the one I shaved off. I saw this California attach. I never saw one before. The extended hot one. I decided I had to build. So what I did was laid out the frame from the side, and then glued the 5,000 styrene to the other side, and then you could rub it to get the depths. The ball just like that. Take a screwdriver, same thing as it did before. But what I did was cut out the ends of a 52-foot Walker's gondola. Used the ends, and at the bottom, just redid the size. Glass. Then in time to, like I said, the bulges will actually go in, so you, from time to time, just went and change the car, rub it again, poke it through. That's kind of what I was trying to look for the inside. That really didn't show up very. The car's over on the table. Same thing with the inside. It's not gonna have to fit. Sure, that's the end model. This is the first one I ever did the bulge. I rebuilt that whole side, the door, everything else. It's my first attempt at.
All right, besides painting, how long does it take you to do a car?
Redland did that over a week. That took a little long. And I don't know what it was. Depends on how big I am.
And why didn't you get better? But it's a match of a thing that needs to take the rest of your life to find a great time.
got a lot of his projects.
Was
Same thing with it. This was just panels over the top, and you can't really see it there. I just made 5,000 styrene and fitted it over the outside. Inside, I marked where the outside braces were with a pen and took a Dremel tool, just ground down, except for where the braces would have been. Can't see that. That's why furrowing was too. The rail gun. You can't really see the bulges on that. Not this light. A couple other. Okay, this technique, I think it's the military guys. If you look at the military websites, those guys have got really incredible techniques. Yeah, you look at. I think this is where this one came from. And what you do is you paint the car. I'll send that around. You paint the car the color rust that you want to show through. Okay, and then you wet the car. Just wet it down with water and get sea salt. Sprinkle it all over the car. And it usually takes about a day to dry. About. Okay, you've got, then paint the car whatever color you want. I'll send this car right there soon.
Steve Black.
You paint the car whatever color you want. And after it's dry, then you flick the salt off. And it gives you a pitted look. You can also do this with rubber cement. Put it on, paint over it, kill. I on one side of the car tried it on that one. This worked very well. But I don't know if anybody knows Jeff Klug. Clayton. He's down outside the bar for it. Yeah, he's really good at doing that. I think he works in kind.
There's a online magazine now, Weathering Magazine. It's called, I think it's www.weatheringmagazine.com. You can download the issues, and it's 5 issues. Each issue, they're all armor modelers and stuff like that. There's a couple of guys that will say, "Oh, this is what you can do with a freight car." That's not what they do, but there's one issue just on chipping. It's like all different ways to chip, including salt.
Hairspray too.
Yep.
They spray with hairspray, and then they take a brush and rip off where you want it. With guilt, paint you.
So Bruce, you started with an electric car.
Yes, where you do rust on it.
Yeah.
I use polyester to get brush.
Okay.
And you just get a light coat on it, but whole spots out. That's it. And they need brush springs. Over in the solar, you just put salt. Sprinkle all.
Spray, mix it with water first, right? Then sprinkle the foam, sea salt.
Yeah. These are just little chunks of salt. You can use regular table salt, but it just gives you a fine, just a little fine.
Okay.
This just does better.
Bigger chunk.
Your size of salt,
What's that?
to your size of salt granules.
No, just sea salt.
Sea salt?
It's just on that chance to think. Yeah, it's just bigger, like bigger chunks.
So, could I add something to that?
Yeah.
This is a lot of
The size of salt, if you use sea salt, you'll get, there's a package. I use regular table salt straight from the salt zone.
with things.
Okay, and that way you get much finer, small rust spots. So it depends on what you want to get to like. And then the answer to how you do it, you often see old coal cars, with the rust coming up from the sill, right? If you want to get that done, you take your car, exactly the way Butch explained, that you leak hold it at 45 degrees. Then get a spray bottle and spray upwards so it will come down like rain. And the water will naturally drain from underneath the sill. And likewise, just get some salt in your hand and throw it up in the air and it will just come down. Perfect. Go to bed in the morning, you're ready to start. And you'll get it all on the bottom. So it depends on the angle and the water, gravity, just like the prototype. So when you think of the way something weathers, whether it as a prototype with weathers, then you're going to be much closer to what you want to feed with the bottle. Here's the tip, I'm sorry,
No, I got interrupts. The other thing, when you flick the salt, wash the car down.
yeah,
So you'll get the salt residue that will spread. So that's when with Johnny, you'll get shiny clear speckles. So then flick the salt off.
I have to keep painted the colors you want it to be.
Right.
and if you're thinking of attempting is just take a piece of styrene, that big, take some junk ribs, just glue them on, baby, and then practice on it. Made it, practice. Before you go and blow, you know, this.
Okay, this is wash. Everybody thinks I always say wash, doing wash. This is Whit Newton's wash. It's a watercolor. It's got more pigment than regular watercolor. And just put a couple dots where you want rust streaks, and where the car is. You look at that, there's rust streaks, one of them. You let it dry. I mean, it doesn't take very long at all to dry. Take a damp brush. I don't know how this will like show up where, but you just start bringing it down, and it'll grab it, reactivate the paint, and it'll come down. It give you a nice rust streak. And I was backwards thin, putting this ground on, damp, wet it. I always have a paper towel. I take the paper towel, take the model, go it off, then just keep doing it, and he'll finally just grab it to go. So
It's the reason the water base versus using the oils.
I've never made love with the oils.
Okay.
Gary Chris, I don't know if you've seen his work out Oregon. He does small ones. So he's impressed. You look up the weathering shop, look up Gary Christopher's stuff called weatheringshop.com. I'll tell you, it's like a lot of these orders.
Do.
Yeah, I think it's done. I don't like a lot.
Yeah, but the guy I thought you just throw it.
Yeah. You came to St. Louis last year, and there was 4 of us lined up. I mean, you acrylics, you wash. There are guys using oils, and I can't think of it all. They all use pastos. They were all out of different things. But
Butch, have you noticed that gouache never really dries until you set it with? Yeah.
that's the other thing. If you don't like the way it is, you can wet it. You can take it off.
Forever until you dull coat it.
And pound it. It just until you set it, then it's there.
Butch, how long wash do you think you take it off?
Yeah.
I don't like when you put frills on it, it's developing. You quote grass, and you can't do anything with it. Now, this have that same type of property or much longer work.
Wash doesn't have chemicals that it does, so it will reactivate. Acrylics, when they dry, they become plastic.
Now, that's another thing. You're Christian. He paints with your acrylics. And he said, I don't know why he does it. He sticks the paintbrush in his mouth. Somehow he reactivates that.
Well, you can reactivate acrylic using alcohol too.
What's that?
You can do it by
That's the reason.
Even while he's doing it, though, I mean,
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, it's gonna stop.
But it's left there from last night when he's at the bar.
you ever get a chance to meet Gary? He's it's crazy.
It's out Friday night. Putting down the 5th. He goes, yeah, got ready some weathering tomorrow.
Yeah, it's just some close-up shots of that car. This is a car that I rebuilt the side to.
Is all that on there with the big wash? It all of that on this was?
Yeah.
With that technique.
Then you get a nice first blended. You can do it with the oils too. Yeah, I think it takes practice. A friend of mine in Texas saying he loves the oils. But I tell him it takes you a day or two, maybe long enough for it to dry. When this stuff dries, you can spray it in the dull coat. You can go on, keep on looking. Now this is pitted brush. This is like a rich Divisio. You can use Elmer's glue, like a stuff called Elmer's or Tester's window maker style. Square bottle with chip on it. What you do is you put a little bit of the glue in the car. You use Ames chalks, and just push the chalk into the glue, and it gives you a nice, like pitted rust, like along the bottom of the car. Where the car is, it's on the bottom. Where's you didn't see. That's funny. I mean, it's
Hey, bud.
crazy.
How many times putting dog coats with your technique? I mean,
Just, that's him. If I would give it a little worse, I'll do this and spray it down. So you give it a little worse. Gary, he's every coat with us. He's at the car. He really means Now, this over here was rubber cement. And it came out all right, but it didn't work like I've seen Jeff do for it. There's another thing with the tank cars get rust on top. It's like I don't know, like a blended rust on which about. So I use that wash on top of it. You can't see the pictures, not very good. So what with the gouache, the under, just dab some on top of it. In this one, I got too much on it. Just blotch it all over.
This is your watercolor stuff, right?
Wash, yeah. Hey, didn't get it at AC Ward, Michael's, something like that. They've only got a couple colors. You can find our store. There's one hairstyle. Howard's, I don't know. He's got a ton of colors.
Yeah, when I went looking for it in AC Moore, it was kind of hard to find. It's not like paint. It's in where the paint is, but there's like a little set down on the bottom shelf, and you have to be looking for it.
They got another thing. When you go to look for choosing with the bottom watercolors, a tube of this is $7, $8, $9. I should have bought them on.
Do you know they set up color to the gouache you should recommend?
Well, I usually use burnt umber, black, white, Chinese orange. Chinese orange, a little tube, $18. Now, last time I was there, it was 10 something.
The one that
But it last you, last you a long time. But it also at AC Moore and Michael's, they have sets. Everybody be 22. It's a cheaper brand. Should be good branding. But you get the whole set for like $15.
That
I haven't tried it.
Quality is respected within the $5 cost.
I haven't tried them. I bought them, and I haven't tried them yet. I saw at TJ Maxx, they had set about 10. It was like $6. But it's like I say, I bought them mainly from black and white. I haven't tried it yet.
Ralph, I have those with me in my car, so I'll show you the brand that you can get at AC Moore. The cheap stuff.
You can I think you should
I only use 3 colors. It's like 22 colors. I use 3.
Once that's dry, same thing, damn plus, it didn't show up very good. We're just start.
Great.
Actually, what you're doing is taking some of the color off.
So good. What side of your left hand?
I got them just picked out. Just picked out that. Please. Let's say I put too much on to start with. I should have put less on it. But you can blend it. Just work with it and blend it. And if it's not what you like, you just, when it dries, just take more off.
Have you got this car here on your table?
That.
Don't.
And
Right.
I've got the one car. I do have the odd thing. It's 2 slides away. Let's see this. Cap here. There's the end. That's what I did on that.
Have you dog tested that yet? Yes. So that's just,
Now I didn't know the brush. Now I know it. Yeah, get you. They say it does. I was swimming in the dark. It shows that. I think I have that tank code. I'll put that on the table if I do. Wait. You see it. I mean, how is tank car spills? I haven't really got good at this one, but I'm trying. They can usually wash for this too. Same thing. Just blotch a little bit on and start bringing it down. Gives you oils. I don't know what oil they carry cars. Gives you a nice skill.
Inedible tallow.
The white was the white on the car. That's a white, the squared angle. Yeah, I think this was trying to find something for like an asphalt on a tank car. My girlfriend says, "Hey," I said, "I need something shiny." So she says, "Hey," she paints. Anything that sits still, she paints. She goes, "Try this stuff. It's acrylic paint you buy at Walmart." There's not very much Walmart. AC or Michael said it's acrylic paint for glass. When you see the spills here. I did this in a hurry too, and I caught hell on the internet. Oh, those tank cars, they don't all asphalt as sponge, whatever it is. I was like, I even put it in there before I posted it. I said, I don't know what this car owns, but I wanted to try this on a car. But it gives you an asphalt tar with
Tell you when you're doing corn syrup in the summer,
Syrup, that's all.
they have yellow jackets everywhere.
now.
And they're the happiest, most contented biddies you'd ever see. They're like, we don't care about you.
I don't know why these
Step on us, yeah.
paint on top, paint comes off on cheap paint or whatever. But this is why I just started. The same thing with blush and yellow and white. I'm not finished with you. I got blotch it to make it look like the going off look. Like her shading. That's street sequel pay. That's all clear. This is on a CSX upper. I saw one. When I started doing my graffiti a long time ago, I used paint pens and stuff like that. I didn't like to look, so I started making my outline decal. Here's my model, and it's the original part of it. And if you don't make the decals, you can do this. You can buy yourself a thin eyeliner brush. You could hand paint things. I've been a side hand for selling for some years.
See, it looks like you have a next of the painting there, Andy, so.
He is a worthless poet.
I've never tried. I've done it. I've spray cans, they're all runs. Tough, but one of these days I'm like, I'm going to get out there and try it.
You didn't gold coat the surface?
I did this for the Connecticut show, and I was spraying up trying to get this stuff, and I slapped that thing on the car real quick. Let's say, work from a photo. If you're going to put the graffiti on, it's like work for it. Then it works so much better. This is just polyester paint.
See, Butch, that was your problem you tried to do. You should have put a picture of a rail car of you. Then you could have copied that graffiti on the wall to look like.
I'll go up to this. I said, that's great. There's another thing when you do the graffiti, your outlines, sometimes they get too thick. I think it looks better with the thinner, thin out. And this is the Pickens car there. This in progress. Can't take the on that. And this, if you can see here about the salt weathering, all these little dots for that, it's the table salt. When I tried to do it, I was telling Mike earlier, I made a pattern for this, the Pickens, the railroad, and I tried to do the salt weathering, and it didn't come out the way I wanted, so I just started hand painting it.
So you actually repainted that a little bit, right? Because did you paint the rust underneath, like you said, and then
Yeah, I painted rust underneath.
a little.
Yeah, some of that is the salt weathering there.
Okay.
What I thought I'd do, and I thought I could move the salt around to the pattern of the car, but it just takes too much. It's easier to sit there with a brush and do it. Okay, I talked about making the outline for the graffiti. What I usually do is make the outline on paper, 8.5 by 11 picture of the graffiti, and I'll put it on a white table, trace the outline of the graffiti. I'll tell you a quick story about this. Some guy, whoever the graffiti artist, wrote me about a month and a half ago, and he said, I saw a picture of my car. He did the graffiti. And he said, he saw a picture of my car. He said, I need to have that. So I'm going to apply it for so that's that. $1 million.
Did he call you about copyright infringement?
Okay, so I'm going to tell you what happened. This car, 2 years ago, we were on the way to the St. Louis show. We stopped at Guilford, Illinois, and we were along a field, Guilford Yard, taking pictures. Some guy in a straw hat, bib overalls, hollering at us. And we thought, we were on the road, we thought he's telling him to get off the property. And he wanted to know what we were going. We told him, here's a reporter with paper. And he said, have you a story with me? He said, I never read it. I like this before in my life. So he did the story. That was in August that year. In November, Google started email. A friend of mine, he started doing the same thing. Shoot, anybody know Choo or not? He started doing the same thing. He always bought the 50s, but he liked this though. So Google. We started getting emails from Google. I said, do you use Google for this? Do you search for freight cars? Do you locations? Yeah, that. We thought, who's up to this? So next thing they called us and said, we want to do a documentary with how you do your cars, how you search. It was like commercial documents. So they came down, spent a day with us. We went around Harrisburg with the trains. And I think we kind of started thinking later. We saw a train that said, art is not free. You owe me $10. So they went back to New York City, and about a week later, they went back and said, we can't do this. And then we took it to our copyright lawyers, and they said, even though the kids or whoever puts that on there does it illegal, they have copyrights to that artwork. If they come forward, they can be fined for work, but they can get a lot more out of Google than what they get the fine. They wouldn't do it. Yes, about 2 months later, the one guy came down, he ended his contract with Google, and he said, I want to do the stories with you guys. He spent 5 days filming. I say it's been almost 2 years ago, and he's still working on it. He met us, you met him saying, well, he did filming out there. He lived in California with a big job. He said he's going to get it done sometime. So, okay, anyway, so I make the outline, and I have an Alps printer that it just went bad. So what I do is I print that on a sheet. I scale it down to the side of the car what I need. I take that sheet that I have out, I'll make it all different ones because I'm actually making 3 of these cars. What I do is take that sheet, now that I don't have the Alps printer, you can go to FedEx office and the decal sheet, and they'll print that sheet for you, but you will write down it has to be done with heavy 3 because they're afraid it's going to melt their toner, I think it is. So the decal sheet will melt to the toner. But you got to tell it, because I've gone into other FedEx and they're nobody will touch it. And when you tell them that, okay, fine.
It's the fusion bar that the word is up. Fusion bar's like 400 degrees, so it's for
Yeah, don't even bother staple. They let touch it. Now UPS, I know it. There's something that we've done. I've never done that. Okay, so what I do is put the decal on, the first outline decal on this one. And then I paint the colors in. And then I put a second outline over, and that takes care of any paint that I might have gone over the outline. Now here's nothing. You buy speedball lettering quill, we call them nips. There's a little fine tip. You want to do a little scribble. The older models just had to chalk the feet where, but you even did all different colors in that liquid text paint. And the white, not the best, but it still looks good and kind of small and free car.
You still get those things?
Yeah, you see more. AC board, they've got a pack about 6 of them that has that fine tip. They've got different scan. Mike asked me whatever it is. He asked me what you need now and asked me if I put this in here. This is how I do my ghost look. Sure, I cut a stencil. I scanned the rail box progress. I put a stencil on a low-tech tape. And I put the stencil where it should be on the car. And it doesn't have to get rubbed down too good on the over the ribs. Now, then that's the exact. Can't for everything else.
So you can slap out the word rail. What do you
Exactly. I have a side shot. I have a plumber. After I got the stencil on, then I deep glazed it. They use aluminum oxide. And I do crushed walnuts. I have a North Coast hobbies, a little sandblade. I think you can get them at Tractor Supply, but I don't know if you can get a fine tip for it. I weathered the car. I set about four washes of polyscale acrylic boxcar red and it was brown mixed together. And a beat blast the weather that way. I removed the stencil. To do the crossover here, I used a blush on that and just put a couple colors in because they're faded, that are worn down, and do the same method. Sit it on, take some of it off, blend.
Okay, but so in the rail box lettering, that's the original yellow that's in the Cerebral guitar, right? Or is that the factory yellow?
Now that's the original. Back that car's got probably about 4 or 5 washes over top of it to make the contact go to the end. The same thing, other ghost lettering out. I used a ghost lettering for here. What's it make? There's time the guy that's working on it's that we were St. Louis show. I know he doesn't have the faded heralds, but he's working on faded heralds, old railroads, stuff like that, decals. And he just came out, I don't know if you saw rust decals, rust streaks. He had a model done there, and it was actually.
And he's also working on microscale lettering sheets, lettering number sheet, and now 3 axes. So he's now going to do a sheet of axes and A's only and B's and the whole 26 of it. That's what we need.
And say down the club, some of the guys have shiny wheels. I saw this one day. So you can't leave them shiny. What I do is I use roof brown. I'll paint the outside of the wheel with the roof brown, the axle, the back of the wheel, which is roof brown. It dries them. like a nice color for, you know, what the party light looks like. This would be exact rail. The new wheels, they just came out, Polyscale. Polyscale, which is, they're not made anymore, it's just stock up would be one. And there's the folk art. I had heard that the Verizon was going piloted. I only heard that one time I was up Mainline Hobby, and they said about if they read somewhere that they were going about new acrylic line, they probably yes. I haven't heard it enough. Like you said, after the roof browns, I'll take the gouache again. This is mostly Chinese orange. There's a Burke ombre in there, and I'll just run that around, you know, whatever color I want, and it dries. And you don't have to touch them again. I mean, you can see them, and you'll get all good like on your wheels, and that'll end up on tracks. You know, just the other thing I said, work from photographs, detail shots, little wheel splatter. Usually what I do with my trucks, I beat glass those because being dull in the paint usually doesn't stick. It'll flake off water, so I just give them a little tools for the paint to hold on to. This got some wheel splatter on that. These are exact rail brass wheel. They sent a set up to me before they made, or when they came out, they wanted me to give them an opinion on the brass color of this. Wow. So what I'm going to tell these guys, I just told them I said, done a little bit. This is one I'm still working on. This is a cot belt car, and I wanted to simulate that pattern there without sitting there and just painting all lines because it's kind of like faded. So I got looking around again, came home, got that section out and tape it on there. I mean, should have just sprayed that, but it didn't give me the look that I wanted. It was too wide. I was looking around again. I found a fleet hole, so I did what do you call it, the time, pulled out where I needed to fit between there. Just spray through it. It gives you the final line. I'm saying, I'm still working on it. I gotta get this one done. And just take the wash again and just go along. Same thing when it's dry, just hit it with a damp brush. It'll bleed out. That's it.
That last part with the cone, would you expand on it just a little bit?
She's gonna watch the house.
The last part with the cone with the rust street. Could you just expand on that just a little bit? I'm not quite sure I follow.
You're not there?
Yeah.
So what? Putting the color on?
Well, not putting the color on per se, but obviously you're spraying through the color, right?
Frank, it's fleet thing.
Right. Okay. And then from getting from here to the next photo, is that just blending?
Yeah, this is just gouache. I put gouache on there. Just take it sideways and just put it on.
Okay.
You do the same thing with the other things with the damp brush. Just go in there and just start hitting a little bit.
Okay. So then the streak shows through that as well, right?
Yeah.
It's hard to tell on the photo.
Yeah. When you get it with that damp brush, it just like blends it out a little bit.
Okay.
Your first coat will stay because that's acrylic.
Right. Okay. So the first coat's acrylic, and then you go on
with gouache. Okay. Yeah.
So you're let that first take dry.
Yeah, first coat will work. What, 20 minutes?